This one right here, Overwatch 2, the laziest sequel. Let's react to it.
Hello, heroes of Overwatch. The team has been making great progress on the development of Overwatch 2.
Oh, really?
No!
Yep.
Dude, was somebody watching ready to flip the switch on us? Like, what happened?
Daily playtests and feedback have given us confidence that we're creating something you're going to love.
Definitely.
All right, that's the end of the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this preview of Overwatch 2.
At the same time, we want to get the game in your hands soon.
There's no way, bro!
Not
There's
possible.
no way! There's no way! There's no...
We look
I couldn't log in for the first 3 days, I guess. I couldn't do shit.
forward to working with you to make Overwatch 2 amazing together.
Fuck!
I love
Honestly,
Ezman, man.
we've let you down when it comes to delivering Overwatch content.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Time and time again, Blizzard continues to prove me and many others right on everything we say about them. What's up, everybody? This is the Axeman here, and today, with the release of Overwatch 2, this company continues to be a never-ending train wreck.
As expected. But in my opinion, Overwatch 2 isn't bad actually. It feels like a slight disappointment, but it's nothing that horrible, I guess. I think it's better than before.
No force is capable of halting this self-destruction, not even Chunky Kong.
Monsieur, does this mean Overwatch is back?
I don't know, man.
No. At this point, it's kind of expected that modern video game releases will always have some horrific problem occur.
Yep.
It just disconnected me.
You got overwatched.
I was just about to say that, goddamn.
For Overwatch 2, it was server issues in being able to play the game. At all. What the fuck, dude?
And the thing is, I was in a 70k player queue. I wasn't able to log in because for some reason, when I reached the hundreds, like a 500, 300, 100 even, for some reason I just got kicked and I needed to requeue again, and it started at 70k again for no reason. And that was just... I was a bit angered, yeah, I guess.
Dude, come on.
It didn't used to be this way, Smithers. No, it didn't used to be this way at all.
These server issues and obnoxious queues, man, the memes came a-flooding in.
When do we get to the ride?
This is the ride! Yippee!
But it also seems that Blizzard was hit by some type of DDoS attack, so I'll give them a pass on the server stuff. Because Overwatch...
Yeah, this is normal, this happens with any modern multiplayer game release. It is to be expected.
2's technical problems are microscopic in comparison to its real issues. Surprise, surprise, mostly ethical ones. You know, the issues that are fixed after months or years of post-launch support, or sometimes never fixed. Overwatch 2 is the latest but not greatest blunder in Blizzard's recent history of being greedy and terrible. But how can this be? Wasn't the first Overwatch, beloved by everyone? And what about all those update videos on Overwatch 2? It seemed like the devs were super excited, passionate. Jeff was still spearheading this project. The first game captured our hearts and...
Bro, when Jeff left, I think the soul of Overwatch left. That's what it felt like it wasn't like the good old days. I don't want to sound like that dude who played this game back in the day and want to say that this game was 10 times better back in the day. It wasn't, but I don't know, when Jeff Kaplan left, it felt for some reason really, really wrong. And after that I even quit the game after he left. I just wasn't into it anymore, I guess.
Minds instantly and won us over. So, how hard could it be to make a decent sequel?
Were it so easy?
Activision Blizzard might be terrible about how they treat their employees, but at least the Blizzard side is still making great games, right? No! At least they have a new PvE mode coming out, and I'll get to try that out and review it for you in just a second. Oh, that's been delayed a year.
Yep.
What is it? That stench. I've smelled it before.
What in Zenyatta's balls have you been doing for the last 3 years? The short answer is, the Overwatch team has probably been fighting upper management to make Overwatch 2 the game they wanted to make. The bulk of what they aim to release is not ready, and maybe somebody said, well, just put something out. I don't necessarily blame the developers. The work they have done.
But don't call it Overwatch 2. They should have made like a big update, I guess, like Overwatch 1.5 or something like that. Because there's no Overwatch 2. Like the main concept about Overwatch 2 was like the co-op mode, I guess, and that has been delayed for like 1 year. So what the hell?
Has pushed Overwatch to the best state it's been in terms of gameplay. But how do we get here? How did we arrive at this version of Overwatch 2? And what is necessarily wrong with it? All questions will be answered. But it seems like this is not the same game Blizzard had envisioned when they were announcing it and promoting it. You know, Jeff Kaplan leaving the team halfway through development probably changed the vision for it. And trying to redesign characters to fit a 5v5 mode, it's not as easy as it sounds. Now let's start with one thing Blizzard did right, merging the games together. There is some conversation to be had about preserving the first game, but for the most part this was the best choice.
Yeah, because
the benefits are that
it is literally the same game.
Players now don't have to regrind the game for skins and the gold weapons they had before. All that stuff they had just transfers over. That's great.
It didn't transfer over for me with like every single skin. Like I still had some legendaries missing, which I really liked, man. Like it got added on later, like after a few days, but I was quite shocked at the beginning because I missed some really nice. It was this one Ana skin. I can't remember the name of it. It was an Overwatch League skin, and it wasn't there. I was like completely shocked as an Ana OTP, Ana main. Damn, that felt bad.
People spent money on that, they can still use it in this new game. Your time spent in the first game will directly transfer to this one. This combined with the new free-to-play model might seem pretty good at first glance, but this is modern gaming, and there's always a caveat. Still, not having to buy a video game is often a good thing, but merging the two games together was something Jeff Overwatch had to convince the higher-ups at Blizzard to do, instead of just like make a new sequel, sell it, and let's put a new monetization system in it. Jeff said he and the team wanted to redefine what people expected from a video game sequel. It's safe to say the team he left has succeeded in lowering our standards for a video game sequel.
Yes.
Overwatch 2 is not really a sequel, but it is one of the laziest, shameless cash grabs I've seen from Blizzard.
The thing is, because Jeff left, I really know what his like what he thinks about the situation right now. I think he's seeing all this shit like going down right now, and I just want to see his reaction.
I disagree, that's fine, but at least hear me out and I'll try to put in some memes to make this video a little spicy. Generally, a sequel is supposed to expand on the ideas and concepts of its predecessor. 90% of the content in Overwatch 2 was already there. This is why it's more like Overwatch 1.1. So there's no story in this first-person shooter game that's basically been out since 2016. If you hover over the application, it still just says Overwatch, not Overwatch 2. You want another thing to show you how similar these two games are? Pause it, zoom in, and enhance. Overwatch, but with a 2 this time. This is the official Twitter account for the game. They know what this is. Yep. At best, it's a small expansion, but to treat this as a sequel is extremely disingenuous.
This is just like a new season in League of Legends. Yeah, they add some new stuff, they remove some stuff, and make some innovations. And imagine if League would do that like every single year, a new sequel to League of Legends, man. Like this is pathetic.
Blizzard games have kind of turned into fronts for something else, and I see through it. I see through the mirage, that fading idea that Blizzard still has even a scrap of integrity as a company. Diablo Immortal, for example. We all knew what that was going to be. Were we surprised?
Kind of obvious, like I wasn't surprised at all.
Yeah, we didn't think it would be that bad. like that shameless of a cash grab.
No, I knew it
Diablo
would be
Immortal
like that.
was a front for Blizzard to tap into the mobile market and basically make a game that you have to pay to play, you know? So their games are just kind of a front. Overwatch 2 is a front for a shop update. As this Reddit user states, it isn't a sequel at all. It's a fucking shop overhaul patch. The true intention behind releasing this game is to change the existing Overwatch into a free-to-play business model. Take out the loot boxes. They're just adjusting how they make money from it. So fuck it. Let's charge people $20 for skins that were only $10 in the first game. That's a good idea. What, you want to wear brown as Junker Queen? $20, please. Give me that crisp Andrew Jackson. What's that? You want to buy a legendary skin? Then
Hand it over, that thing.
your $20 bill. Legendary skins have high expectations. You know, if you drop $20 on a skin in League of Legends, you're getting something special, something that looks really cool. And
You get new animations, especially like, for example, Paladins, an extremely scuffed game and with so many problems, but at least they do skins with effects and shit. I don't know why Overwatch isn't doing this. Like, are they just fucking lazy? Like this is sad and pathetic, because this free-to-play game like League of Legends from 2009 does better with skins than Overwatch. That's it.
And looks completely different than the base skin. This does not. The skins and stuff they have for the 3 new heroes are lazy at best. But can't you just unlock skins like the old-fashioned way by grinding out currency? Oh, would you look at that? A challenge-based progression system.
Wow. Exciting.
That stench. I've smelled it before.
Oh yeah,
my
sure.
God,
You can unlock gear
Trauma.
and stuff if you don't mind, you know, grinding, completing 11 weekly challenges for 32 consecutive weeks. Then you can buy that legendary skin. Blizzard has reached a new level of stingy. Get this. You are allowed to earn 60 credits per week. That is if you complete all 11 weekly challenges. You get 60 credits. And if you pull out your handy-dandy calculator, we can see that to unlock the new hero Kiriko's non-seasonal cosmetics, it would take you 5 years. That means you would have to complete all 11 weekly
It's just Star Wars Battlefront 2 all over again.
challenges for 260 weeks in a row without missing one. This is the state of free-to-play live service games. Okay, gotcha, I want out. You think grinding 60 hours for Darth Vader was extreme? No, this is 100% intentional. Blizzard knows what they're doing. It's designed to be as tedious as possible. 12 grand is the total cost for a new player to unlock everything in the game.
Oh, what the fuck ever?
You could potentially spend 12 grand on Overwatch 2. I never imagined that Blizzard removing loot boxes would actually put a worse system in place somehow. Loot boxes fucking suck, but you know, in Overwatch, they weren't the worst.
Yeah, I
As
think
if
they were actually quite decent, like just farming shit, opening them. If you had many duplicates, you could then spend those credits to just normally unlock the legendary skins just after grinding. Like it was humanly possible to do that shit.
The grind isn't shitty enough. Blizzard also made sure to include this new progression system that's brand new, revolutionized. You've never seen it before. It's a battle pass again. Naturally, the free pass is filled with hot garbage, so you'll want to play for the exclusive one, of course. What's worse is that Blizzard plans on doing something very controversial, putting heroes in these battle passes so you don't have them when they come out. We are now gatekeeping heroes to some extent in Overwatch. They're attempting to gatekeep that part of the game now. You might not think this is a big deal initially, but remember, this is Blizzard. This is Activision Blizzard. And this is modern gaming. It's gonna get worse if you let them. But wait a minute, Act Man, what's the big deal if they lock some heroes off? That's what Apex does. That's what League of Legends does, and all these other games, multiverses.
Bro, wait a second. In League, if you have enough blue essence, you can just immediately buy the new released hero if you just played enough, like with ease. Here it is much more complicated.
The fighting game doesn't let
it
you
takes much longer here.
Play as all the characters. Yeah, and that's fine. I'm fine with unlocking stuff like that. But Overwatch was designed on this core principle of picks and counter picks. You are not locked in to your character that you pick at the start. You can change and swap freely. Some characters do better against others, and there's this element of counterplay. That's the base concept of Overwatch design, and now they're trying to change that. That's also besides the point that Overwatch was a game you paid for and you got all the content. Now the game's free to play, you want to sell heroes now. How is that better for me or any other player? It's not. It's going to be worse. And what's Blizzard's reasoning? Well, heroes are the single most engaging content that we have in the game, and as we designed this model, it seemed to be a very strong fit to put those heroes into our new engagement systems. Translation: we want to use new heroes to sell you on the battle pass. This is a manipulative technique used to drive engagement with the game and revenue. There is no benefit to you, the player, otherwise we would have listed one. No, this is about our engagement systems. Buy Battle Pass tiers and go fuck yourself. Overwatch 2 is designed around the fact that not everyone will own every hero. Why? Why are you changing that now? According to gameplay director Aaron Keller explained that the game has been tweaked to reduce the amount of hard counters that Overwatch has, thus reducing the need to have certain heroes available to counter specific strategies. Blizzard wants players to have more freedom in what hero they're choosing for any particular situation. That's an oxymoron if I've ever heard one. The game is designed so that not everyone will own every hero. However, we also want you to have more freedom when you select a hero by reducing your options.
It's nothing personal, Jack. It's just good business.
Now, to go back to the sequelitis thing, one bad thing about merging the two games is now you can't play the original Overwatch. It's just straight up been replaced. And part of the reason they're doing that is because they had to. Because the games are so freaking similar, it doesn't warrant having two separate player bases and two different dev teams working on two different games that are just make them the same game. They're the same anyways. It's also like they could not have passed this off as a brand new $60 game. Holy fuck, that'd be a scam if I've ever heard one. And even though I've had a lot of fun playing Overwatch 2 and, you know, it feels like 2016, 2017 again, I just can't get over how scummy Blizzard still is with their business practices. But let's at least give the game a fair shake. What is actually new in Overwatch 2? And what does it do right? Of course, the core gameplay is still fantastic and loads of fun. It's a great game to play with the boys, but I'm not sure if competitive is going to be worth your mental health. So the last time I was really into Overwatch was around 2018. Depending on the last time you played, the amount of changes could be massive or like that much. For me, it was substantial, but these are the big changes. Now let's break this list down. Every hero got some kind of balance changes ranging from overhauling their kits, creating new abilities, to Genji, who is perfectly fine the way he is. They've introduced these universal buffs to each of the three classes, which is kind of cool. Bastion and Orisa got reworked. Mick Cassidy had his flashbang removed because stuns aren't fun, and now he has a generic grenade.
Yeah.
Bastion's self-heal was removed, and now he's got...
And he also has a generic grenade.
A generic grenade. 3 new heroes have been added, including another Australian, which is nice. What does she say? Like, pick up the pace, you drumbo? Is that a word? Drumbo? Junker Queen's great. I love her toolkit emphasizing damage over time and self-healing over time. She's rewarded for being aggressive. I think it's a neat play style. And it's pretty fun throwing that knife around. Her ult's great. They've got some interesting gimmicks, like Kiriko can make allies invincible for like a second. A lot of clutch plays you can make with that.
I love that. She's going to be my new main in rank, but like the immortality shield, it's so broken, man. If a diva ult comes flying by, man, she has no chance. My timing is perfect, or like anything else, it's perfect.
That they all fit in nicely.
It gives me like the Anna Sleep Dart vibe, but for teammates
amongst the existing cast, and I don't know if there's any major like balancing problems. Like maybe Orisa is a bit too good, but besides that, the game feels pretty balanced. Scratch that Bastion's actually terrible. Here's the problem. The first game launched with 21 heroes and added 11 over 4 years of updates. This is a game that was allegedly in development for 3 years, and it's being labeled as a fucking sequel. 3 new heroes. The big question I had going into this game, would they finally buff Soldier 76's ass? I mean, would the 5v5 mode play better than 6v6? Was that transition gonna be easy or rocky? The truth is, it could not have been a better change. Games feel tighter and faster with 2 less players.
I love it. This is such a good change, man. And another great thing is that queue times won't be that long because you need to look for like 6 players. It's insane.
With a focus on each team having one.
Now it's just 5, and that insanely reduces the time.
Tank, and it really breaks down the 2 tank, 2 healer, 2 DPS meta, which had gotten a bit stale. In 5v5, you feel like your picks matter a lot more, and dying matters a lot more. So a really good change overall. It certainly wasn't a good impression when my first 10 matches of this game were all played on maps I had seen before. Maps that contained no gameplay differences from before. None whatsoever. The exact same map, different visuals, different time of day. If you can manage to find them, there are 6 new maps and they're all a lot of fun. On par with all the others, Overwatch has never really had bad maps, I'd say, just maybe bad modes. Alright, so there's 1 new mode. So to count out the big meaty chunks, 3 new heroes, 6 new maps, 1 new mode. That's what's new in Overwatch 2. We got Push, where 1 robot tries to push the payload, towards the other team. While it's a fun little twist, I was kind of expecting more, considering the other big major mode has been delayed a year. PvE. There will be a big-ass PvE mode released in 2023. That apparently was the major focus of this game, but they've had to delay it. That's where my main issues lie. If you had that, I'd probably be singing a different tune about Overwatch 2 not being a sequel. They launched this early for some reason. A couple underrated additions Blizzard has made is updating the music and voices. Apparently they added like 44,000 voice lines to the game. And to see all these cool characters having fun conversations again, it brings me back to 2016 when the game first came out.
I see you.
And the sound effects on the weapons are like 10 times better than before, and that has a huge effect on like long-term play.
Glancing at me. You wish to ride me into battle?
What a preposterous thought.
Do not lie,
What the hell?
It is beneath you.
Both brothers on the same team? Better make up before I smash your heads together.
The new sound design is refreshing. Overwatch 2 is still the same accessible yet with a high skill ceiling team FPS game that I loved back in 2016. It's still fun trying to get good as Hanzo, something I've always dreamed of accomplishing. Oh wow, oh my god.
Are you like a goated Hanzo? What's going on here?
But you know, it is fun and satisfying to work with your friends and get better using these characters, understanding matchups, everything. So while there have been some welcome new additions to this game, on the flip side, what Blizzard has decided to cut is really bizarre. Yes, we got 6 new maps and a new mode, but we also lost 5 maps and a mode. Assault has been completely removed and all the maps with it as well. You remember it was that one where attacking teams would take the first point in 1 minute and then just get brick walled on the second point for the next 7 minutes. Still, it seems like a wasted opportunity.
And the lunar base was also removed, I think.
Opportunity to not at least rework these maps to fit other modes. Again, it just feels lazy. Like, well, we can't make the slightest changes to these pre-existing content, so let's just scrap it instead. If this is a replacement for the old game, why are you cutting? Why are you snipping? Meanwhile, I've never heard of a video game that needed my phone number, my mother's maiden name, and a copy of my 3rd grade report card just to be able to play it. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Okay, this is part of that fight against toxicity initiative that Blizzard and so many other companies are doing. Now, when I hear a company say they're gonna take steps to combat toxicity, it usually means making the game worse for everyone who's not an asshole, i.e. me. No more being on fire, no more endorsing the other team. You know, we're stripping down interactions. We're gonna be recording your voice chat and using text-to-speech to transcribe it. So if you say the word bigger, start heading for the hills. To transcribe it. So if you say the word bigger, start heading for the hills. Yes, I understand Overwatch, MOBAs, and to be honest, all competitive games can have toxic butthole players, but why you gotta punish the rest of us? A good example is having to play 50 or so regular matches before you can hop into competitive. That kind of weeds out the chaff, you know what I mean? And it discourages smurfing, it discourages hackers and trolls from just making a new account, hopping back in, and ruining 9 other people's time. It also ensures that...
There will still be... There's still... Oh, I can't speak, man. There's going to be a market. There's still going to be a market about it. It's like with League, they're gonna sell those accounts with ease.
Brand new players won't just hop straight into that. This is good. What's not good is recording the in-game voice chat of players if they get reported. It's like Blizzard might have good intentions, but their lack of foresight creates moments like this. If you have a prepaid phone plan, you just can't play. Fuck you, you're poor. It's like, Blizzard, do you remember the fiasco of Real ID? At least you're not publishing our information, but if you're susceptible to a DDoS attack and you're getting all this shit from me, then I have to wonder how safe is my information with you. Aside from that, there's plenty of fun things Blizzard scrapped, like the progression system. It's amazing how Halo Infinite got absolutely blasted for its challenge-based progression system, and now Overwatch has done the exact same. Fuck it, just add a battle pass. That's all the kids care about anymore. No more ranks, no more leveling up, no more cool borders and portraits. Nah. Apparently, being a high-level player meant others were more toxic against you for some reason.
What the heck?
Nobody's feelings can get hurt. Don't interact with people. Don't endorse your opponents for good sportsmanship. It's just, go to the battle pass. Go to the battle pass. There's no medals or really a post-game summary anymore. No cards highlighting what certain players did during the match. Can't have anyone feeling bad if they don't got gold damage. No more reputation above your name. That was toxic. Remember how you could get daily loot boxes by playing different modes in the arcade? That's gone. Do your weekly challenges, that's all you get, and shut up. I don't know, man. It feels like Blizzard wants you to think they care about toxicity in the hopes that it'll draw your attention away from the other ethical problems they keep finding themselves in. Another year, another moral dilemma for Blizzard. I wanted to love Overwatch 2, and I still do as a video game. I wanted to be wrong about Blizzard being a increasingly shitty company that sniffs dog farts, but I continue to be right about that as well. Their confusing and ambiguous, misleading marketing around this game had me thinking it would be way bigger than it is. The team wanted to redefine what people expected from a sequel. Those words stuck with me. I don't know, maybe this is the best they could do, but Blizzard always used to have a reputation of delaying stuff that wasn't ready. Either their culture has gotten way worse, or this is what they think is ready. And some of the developers' comments further illustrate this game as being a lazy cash grab. They hope to fix and add content to at some undetermined point in the future. Where have I heard that before?
Someday.
I'll continue to play Overwatch 2 because it's fun. I'll try out the competitive, but I strongly suggest that you don't buy anything from this game until Blizzard stops being a money-first company and starts being a player-first company. That is my TED Talk on Overwatch 2. That is my review of it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a
good criticism. Like, there were also things that, like, I forgot, like the leveling system and shit, like endorsement. Why did they remove that? I don't get it, man. Like, just put in more features and people will be more happy about it, I guess. Yeah. This is... I don't know, man. Go ahead. Subscribe to the Eggman, I guess. And to me as well, if you want to see more of these reactions. I guess that's it. See you next time. Wafer out.